Welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different and honestly, incredibly exciting. We are unpacking a massive transition, a true GoFundMe-style initiative to establish a home for OneGodian town. Think about it. What actually happens when an independently built, massively successful digital ecosystem literally outgrows the cloud? Well, today we're going to break down the visionary blueprint for building its physical factory. Let's get right into it. So you might be wondering, how does a sprawling digital empire actually become a physical reality? It's like a giant puzzle, right? And that is the absolute core of this entire initiative. We need to be clear up front. We are not talking about funding some startup idea from scratch. No way. This is all about scaling an operation that is already built, already established, and already generating serious momentum online. The challenge now? Bringing it all down to earth. Okay, let's dive into this, because the sheer persistence behind this timeline is just remarkable. The foundational concept wasn't born yesterday. It was actually completed way back in 2009 by founder Gregory Lamar Jones, known as OneGodian. Fast forward a bit, and in 2018, OneGodian LLC was formally formed. And now we're looking toward 2026. The ecosystem is gearing up for a massive operational shift, an institutional platform launch that moves the whole operation from a digital concept phase into pure real-world infrastructure. Now, what's really interesting about this 2009 U.S. copyright certificate is that it provides the hard, indisputable legal proof of this solo founder's independent journey. Think about that for a second. We're looking at 17 years of relentless grassroots persistence. This wasn't propped up by major institutional backing or massive venture capital. For any potential partner or investor out there, this level of dedication gives the entire project an absolute bedrock of credibility.
Section 1. A massive digital infrastructure.
To really grasp why a physical headquarters is so urgently needed, we first have to understand the massive digital foundation that's already up and running. 18 platforms. Let that sink in for a moment. That is the sheer volume of digital architecture functioning right now within the OneGodian ecosystem. We're talking fully operational systems, complex membership portals, and capital management dashboards, all successfully orchestrated online. And it doesn't stop there. We're also looking at 14 distinct web properties. This whole network includes serious e-commerce engines powered by WooCommerce, complex digital identity registries, and a massive educational hub known as OneGodian University. The level of execution capability here is just staggering, especially when you remember that this has been almost entirely solo founder-driven. And behind the curtain, the engine powering the whole shebang, over 50 GitHub repositories. You guys, this isn't just a basic collection of WordPress landing pages. This is a deep, highly complex codebase forming an execution layer, totally decked out with API gateways and automation systems. The digital foundation is well and truly poured. Section 2, breaking the cloud limits. But here's the catch. All of this incredible digital success has essentially created a structural bottleneck. We call it the cloud limit. It's that exact critical moment when an ecosystem simply outgrows the bandwidth of a solo founder operating entirely online. I mean, to manage real physical registries, to actually deploy hardware, and to onboard institutional teams, you just can't do that purely in the cloud anymore. The massive 2026 shift absolutely demands a real-world footprint. So, the crucial point is this contrast. Right now, the digital capacity is maximized. The code bases are established, the identity registries are live. But the future requires physical scaling, coordinating an actual team, deploying physical hardware, dedicating space for high-fidelity media production. That requires real estate. The cloud is amazing, but it simply cannot give you a physical recording studio or a robotics testing lab. Section 3, the 4-pillar master plan. So how do we bridge this gap? Well, OneGodian has laid out a highly precise blueprint for the first physical creative headquarters. Here is exactly how that space is going to be utilized. Step 1 is the operational headquarters. This is the administrative nerve center. Step 2 is the media and studio space, built specifically for high-fidelity podcasting and creating educational courses. Step 3 is the technology workspace, acting as a dedicated software engineering lab. And finally, Step 4 is community coordination, a dedicated physical gathering space for OneGodian University and aligned real-world collaboration. Section 4, capturing the AI horizon. And this brilliantly illustrates why this physical scale-up needs to happen right now with such urgency for 2026. The OneGodian ecosystem is strategically positioning itself for the impending convergence of AI and embodied intelligence. We're talking about the physical humanoid robotics market heading into 2027 and 2028. This initiative is explicitly preparing for a world where autonomous AGI agents enter our public spaces at a massive consumer scale.
The real urgency here is all about deployment. OneGodian is aiming to provide what they call species-agnostic protocols. Basically, these are the critical software rules that ensure human and artificial intelligence can interact safely and seamlessly. But here is the reality check. You literally cannot deploy these protocols onto physical, humanoid robotic hardware if you only exist in a cloud server. You need a physical technology workspace today so you can build and test the embodied tech of tomorrow.
Section 5. The Call to Action.
So with the digital architecture already proven and the market horizon crystal clear, this initiative is actively looking for partners to help lay the bricks. The physical factory for a digital empire. That phrase carries some serious institutional weight, doesn't it? It perfectly encapsulates the investment opportunity. They aren't asking you to help build the digital empire. That part is already done. They are asking for your help to build the factory that scales it into the real world. Let's move to and see how this builds out practically. Who exactly is this campaign looking for? Well, they need property owners, institutional investors, philanthropic partners, and community builders. And the physical spaces required are highly adaptable. We're looking at commercial buildings, creative co-working campuses, institutional facilities like churches, or even cool adaptive reuse projects. If you have the underutilized space or the capital, this is exactly where you fit into this master plan. If you are ready to take action today and discuss partnership opportunities, you can actually contact the founder directly. The phone number is 203-996-5533. The email is onegodianenon@gmail.com, or you can check out the web at onegodian.org. Look, the transition from a solo-built digital ecosystem to a physical real-world institution is a rare tipping point. The digital foundation is already poured, and the blueprints are drawn. As that AI horizon rapidly approaches, the only question left is, will you be one of the architects who helps bring this cloud down to earth?